All right. Welcome to the first unit, which begins in the second week of the course, which is August 31st, which is the first day of the second week. Units, as explained in the introduction video, basically, there's the way the units work. There are 8 units that spread out over the course of 2 weeks for the first 6 units. So unit 1, you have 2 weeks. Unit 2, you have 2 weeks. Unit 3 goes all the way through 6. And then unit 7 and 8, you only have 1 week. By that point, you kind of have a rhythm. You have a chance to get ahead, get things done. And so it's very realistic that you should have no issues at all by the time you come to units 7 and 8. So unit 1, beginning Tuesday, August 31st, your objectives are to be able to list the basic segments of Paul's life: upbringing, persecution, Damascus event, early years, counsel, first mission, second mission, third mission, final years. Know Paul/Saul's name issue. Be able to discuss the effect Paul's upbringing and theological influences had on his life of ministry. Be able to recite and explain the basic chronology of Paul's life. Be able to explain how Paul became knowledgeable about Jesus. Evaluate the upbringing and events of one's life in light of current or potential ministry opportunities. So again, make sure you review the syllabus. Make sure that you are reading through the scriptures: Philippians 3, 7 through 11, 1 Timothy 1, 15 through 17, Acts 9, 11, Acts 22, 3, Acts 23, 6, Acts 26, 4 through 5, Philippians 3, 4 through 6, Barnett, chapter 1, and the appendix A and B. Barnett, chapters 2 and 3, pages 11 through 44, and Bruce, chapters 3 through 5, pages 32 through 52. Your assignments that are due this week: you have lesson 1 due. I need you to submit the framework for your timeline. You have pieces of the timeline due in each unit, but I need to know what the framework's going to look like. So make sure that you that you have that set up. If you have any questions, you can look in the assignments portion, and you will be able to see under the first page, you'll see the assignment information, or the top slide, you'll see the assignment information. Click there and you'll find information on the timeline. You also have your first quiz, you have your discussion board, and then finally you have your first journal, which is to be completed in this unit, but it's going to be compiled in a single document and turned in the last week of class. So this week, you'll get to go through each of those assignments. Make sure you take the time to read the assignments and completely to work through them. Make sure you engage the discussion entirely and meet all the parameters, including the responses. The discussions should be done. The way this unit works is by the end of the first week, for 2-week units, by the end of the first week, by the end of the night on Sunday, you should have your initial post. And then the second week, you'll have the opportunity to respond to multiple peers. But by 11:59 next Sunday, which I believe is the, let's see, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, on the 5th, by September 5th at 11:59, you should have your post finished. And then by the end of the following Sunday, the 12th, you should have your responses complete. Your responses should be substantive as well as your post. Make sure you meet all the criteria. Again, in the assignments information, you can find the criteria for that. Make sure you take your quiz. And as you read through the lesson 1, make certain, I saw in the first lesson that it doesn't look like anyone went through and finished that. In order to get credit for that lesson, you will have to have answered all the questions and gone all the way through. Each time you miss an answer, it will take you all the way back to the start of the lesson. And so you have to get all the questions right to be able to successfully navigate the lesson. Then you take quiz part 1, which is you reporting on how much reading you did, and then quiz part 2, which will be you answering the questions. You have to complete all that in order to receive credit. So all must be turned in, all the parts of the quiz must be turned in order to be able to receive any credit for them. If you have any questions, as always, feel free to ask me. I would love to answer. Super excited to engage and dive in. There will be some days that I'll be there briefly for usually on Thursday. But Tuesday or Thursday, I will come in briefly for Devos. If you have questions, you're welcome to grab me there, or at least say, hey, can I call you later on, or can I text you, and we can chat from there. You can email me. Would love to chat. Any questions? Always let me know. All right. Off to a great start.